Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess who lived in a fabulous palace. The palace had huge gardens filled with roses, briars, wild flowers, and yellow sunflowers. The princess loved to spend time in the garden, lounging on the rope swing or sunbathing. One particular day, she was tossing a lustrous gold ball up and down in the air. She wandered across the gardens, daintily throwing the ball. As she passed by the mossy old pond, her fingers slipped for a second. Splash! The golden ball fell into the murky depths of the pond. The princess wept. "My beautiful ball! It was a gift from my mother and father. Oh, how sad they will be that I lost it!" As she wept, the princess heard another smaller splash. A fat green frog sat on the edge of the pond. He was so slimy looking that the princess stopped crying at once. "Ugh!" she said, "a horrible frog!" To her surprise, the frog began to speak. "Princess, I can get your ball back for you on one condition. I am a lonely old frog. Will you take me to dinner at your house, dine with me, and kiss me good night?" The princess was disgusted by the offer. "I do want my ball back," she thought, "but I don't want to kiss him. I will accept his offer and then run away back to the palace. There is no way he can catch me up there." She turned back to the frog and said sweetly, "All right, Mr. Frog, you have my word. Get me my ball back, and I will do what you have asked." The frog swam deep into the pond and floated the golden ball back to the surface. The princess cheered. She grabbed the ball and said to the frog, "I have to go back to the castle now, but I'll come and collect you later for dinner." The frog waited until it got dark. Suspecting that the princess would not return to help him, he decided to hop up to the castle to find her instead. The frog hopped through an open window and into the grand dining hall. The princess sat with the king and queen eating her dinner. "Princess," said the frog, "I have come to eat with you as you promised." The princess turned pink with embarrassment. The frog told the king the story of the golden ball. The king said sternly, "Princess, you made a promise to this frog. He will eat with us and spend the evening in the castle." The princess was annoyed. She didn't want to have to talk to the gross frog or spend the evening with him. She especially didn't want to kiss him good night, but her father had been very stern. So she had to keep her word. As it turned out, the frog was an excellent dinner guest. He was witty, charming, and very polite. By the end of the meal, the princess didn't mind spending more of the evening with him. "Frog, you are quite sweet and funny," said the princess as they sat by the fire in her bedroom. "I supposed I was wrong to call you horrible just because you're green and slimy." The frog smiled with his green gummy mouth. "Well, princess, would you perhaps think about keeping the last part of your promise? Might I have a kiss good night?" The princess leaned down and pecked the frog on his damp little mouth. Whoosh! As soon as her lips touched him, the small green frog transformed into a handsome young prince. The princess screamed in astonishment. "Oh, princess, thank you. You have broken the spell. I was enchanted many years ago by an evil witch who wanted to steal my castle and wealth for herself. I have waited all this time for the kiss of a beautiful princess to set me free." The princess was thrilled. "I'm so happy I kept my word. It seems that being kind to others isn't so bad after all, and I shouldn't have judged on your frog's body. You're not gross at all." After she had broken the spell, the princess and the prince fell deeply in love. From that day, The princess kept all her promises and never made fun of anybody for the way they looked. She had learned that you never know when a handsome prince might be hiding in a frog's body.